I'm Mark Elkins, and I've been asked to talk a little bit about my experience with EVAs, Executive Virtual Assistants. And I have to tell you that I was skeptical, and I wasn't certain that the expenditure in my business was going to be worthwhile. What's happened to me in my business has been so tremendous. I've been able to more than triple my sales, find myself an additional 20 hours of time a week, and expand my capability to talk to people and build relationships, all because I have somebody who I never see in person helping me out to do the work that I would ordinarily have to do. I learned about something called the 530 grid, which is a process system. And my business was never really set in processes. It was set kind of haphazard and randomly. And since I have trouble focusing and keeping organized, it was going to be important for me to find somebody to get that person, to get that going for me. Initially, when I started working with an EVA, I kind of thought of them as a virtual personal assistant. Somebody who would take the stuff off my desk, the extra things. Hey, I asked them at first, I said, would you please look up the best software for me to use to run my phone? Would you please call these 5 people and tell them that I'm running late on this or that? And that was, of course, the absolute wrong thing to do. Because once I figured it out and understood what the EVA is capable of doing, I realized that they're a true professional in my business. They're a colleague. They're somebody who's capable of selling my business almost to the extent that I'm able to sell my business. It was very exciting when I realized that this would change. What happened was the EVA took the business processes out of the 530 grid and built me a system to attract leads, interview the leads initially, and put me on the phone only with people who were qualified and ready to buy. That way I didn't spend any of the time prospecting that I would ordinarily have spent. I didn't spend any of the time speaking with people who just wanted to talk to me. I didn't spend a lot of time answering irrelevant questions. I didn't spend any of that. The EVA was able to organize it and produce for me online systems where I could look on a daily basis and see what was going on. Organize and keep my calendar so that I was always on time for appointments. Produce the method for which I would conduct the interview of a potential sale and make that sale participate and engage in my sales offering so that I could lead that to a close and earn money. And their opportunity has created a whole lot more sales. For example, I'm in the real estate education business. I sell real estate investing education to prospects. Now, as you might know, there are tons of businesses out there, and they advertise on TV, and they load rooms full of people, and they have a big process, and they send mailings, and how am I going to compete with that? Well, I found that I really didn't have to compete because I could attract a much smaller audience in a more controlled setting and bring those people through my process, engaged with my business, and conclude a sale where I would provide a superior product to the masses out there that are buying from the gurus. That education is going to benefit those customers in a more substantial way, and they understand better because I was given prompts on my screen. My EVAs even developed a questionnaire online so that I could look at the questions. If I lost track of what I was doing, I just looked at the questionnaire on the screen and typed in the answer so I could go right through the process, ask all the questions that I normally need to ask, and engage and spend my time not thinking about what's the process, what am I going to do, how quickly do I have to get off the phone with this one, but engage. Close the sale because I was connected with that person and we made a difference to each other, and we were able to produce something more by working together than we could do apart. And without the EVA, there's no system. I have to tell you that at one point I thought, hey, this is going great, I got systems. I stopped. I can just run this all by myself, I can send out the emails, I can organize the calendar. No way! I couldn't even believe it. It was just amazing. Suddenly my calendar was loaded with stuff I couldn't do. I'm busy canceling appointments because I can't make them all. I'm busy not having time to spend with my kids anymore, the way it was before I found an EVA. So what's the most important thing for you to do right now? Stop watching this video and arrange a contract with your EVA so you can start finding the extra 20 hours a week that I found and have the peace of mind that as you go through your prospect list, they're prospects who are ready to buy. They're not suspects, they're prospects, people who are actually interested in what you're offering, people who are in a position to make a decision, and people who will buy.